Oh my goodness, the deals right now are just... The Cyber Monday deals right now are looking at... That's if anything's still in stock.
Well, we got this TV for almost half off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Stand for $109. It's so very well made.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Put together type of device. But I didn't realize the shelves were different sizes.
Oh, really?
There's a white one on the bottom, the middle one is middle width, and then the top is skinnier.
Oh, I suppose. Yeah. Okay.
Looks really nice.
I bet it does.
Boy, was it heavy in the box.
Well, it's a tempered glass.
Yeah.
It's a cold one this morning.
Well, actually, it's 19 bucks. It's not too.
Well, yeah. Set 50-mile-an-hour wind to get you.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like much, but at 19 degrees it is. Especially after it's only been 10 minutes after you're out of a nice warm bed. And you haven't had your coffee yet.
Well, the back windows.
Well, yeah, but it's got heat strips on it.
And even the blind spot mirrors are starting to defrost on the mirrors.
Yeah.
That's why I think Jen's got that new windshield where she's got the stripes down here on either side for heat. I'm like, that is so smart.
Yeah.
Why didn't somebody think about that long time? Must have been some issues with that, you know?
Well, don't all your windows have heat strips on them for northern vehicles? Well,
I would say
if you have brakes, you're going to have one to replace them.
The back window, well, used to be there wasn't any.
Yeah.
When I was in Alaska, one guy had a car that had it, and we were like, what does that do?
That was in the 70s, though.
It was a big deal, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know what type of car it was. We're all piled in this car.
Brand new, whatever it was.
It was new. And he's driving this car, and we went, what's that? Well, that's the heater. He said, for what? For the rear window. We all went,
well, I guess you can get those miniature electrical ones that'll pump out heat.
We used to put 12 volters from. Used to go to
that's
Canadian Tire and get the best stuff ever.
Yeah.
But that's been a long time ago.
Yeah. Definitely foggy this morning.
What?
This little fog ice there.
Yeah, it's been causing trouble.
Ice fog there.
Fortunately, it hasn't made everything into an ice rink yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That kind of makes the trees and everything else look kind of pretty though.
It does.
Maybe there. Oh, is that nuns in the wheelchair?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This is the guy who crawls under his car to work on his car. Crawled up the side of his big Suburban thing and climbed down from the top.
Does he have some kind of like all-terrain vehicle? Because I've seen they have some altered.
Yeah.
Well, there's that, but there's also a few different versions. But yeah, the tractor would be something. I should throw the track. That'd be a bad day.
He was saying you might be able to get a permit to hunt from the truck. They overlook the truck.
No. Yeah, I've heard something about that, but I think you really got to be disabled to get those.
Yeah. But
I don't think asthma related would give you that. I don't know.
I don't.
As much as fun as that would, I don't know if I really want to explain to a game warden while I'm shooting from, you know, a truck. I mean, even if you had the permit.
Oxygen tank right here.
Yeah.
Maybe not a good idea to mix with firearms.
Well, it's not an actual tank. It's just a concentrator machine. I still don't want to explain to a game warden while I'm shooting from a truck. I don't care if I have a permit. Well, day before Thanksgiving 2018. And did say foggy or cold and, well, 19 degrees. It's about a 15-20 mile an hour wind, so. And the fog kind of, well, melted, a lot of melting yesterday. Then this fog at this temperature, making things a little slick. Could be worse though. Could have rained.
The complexity of this thing just overwhelms me.
Yeah, the IRLP stuff, yeah.
But we don't have to write the code.
Yeah.
We don't have to put it together. All we know how to do is put 4 buttons on, or not even that. Just hit transmit and see where it goes. I
don't really want to give my camera to anybody to use.
And that's fine.
You know, it's an older GoPro.
It's okay, Jeff. You don't have to do that. If you want to come, you'll need a ride.
Yeah, I know. What's that noise? Oh. Something with the repeater.
I think there's only going to be 2 people that really have understanding.
I wonder if anybody would show up for it.
Well, I don't know.
Other than maybe Lynn and the guy and maybe 1 or 2 other people.
Well, Joe, if he's available, would come.
I don't know.
Does this look kind of crowded over here?
Day before Thanksgiving at a grocery store? No. Why would that ever? Of course, it'd be worse tonight.
Or tomorrow.
Oh yeah, tomorrow would be definitely worse.
Stuff moves through here faster than it does at Walmart.
Yeah. Well, of course. There's not as much, and it's more limited.
There's quite a bit.
And there's mainly food.
Yeah.
Of course, there are other locations in town to go to.
Yep, that's true.
3 other, no, 4, yeah, 3 other locations other than this one.
No, there's no. Yeah, there's only one Walmart since they didn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's only one Walmart. Which, honestly, even if there was a second Walmart, it would be packed.
Probably.
What they needed to do is they should have built like a multi-level one, kind of like the Mall of America. Yeah, figure a multi-story Walmart.
I don't think it fits.
Electronics on one floor and
I don't think it fits.
Clothes on the other,
I don't think it fits their model.
I know it almost make more sense that way though. All electronics on the first floor, clothes on the second, and jewelry on the third.
I think what they've got works pretty good.
Automotive on the 4th.
Gotta get some pies and some
Pie. The pie.
dressing.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Ice cream. Ice cream. Gotta have ice cream.
I don't know that we got any place to put it.
Well, that smaller churn stuff, you can find it. Sugar-free stuff. Oh. Cut. Yeah. Yeah, just one little thing with this camera that I've had an issue with is when you turn it off, sometimes, not every time, is the little lights on everything that show up. They just stay on sometimes once you turn the camera off. And all the lights, they just stay solid on. So like, if you didn't notice it and you had your battery in there, it would drain that battery eventually. Yeah. And then you pick up the camera and the battery be dead. I don't know. It doesn't happen all the time, but I've noticed it already twice today, and it happened when we went in, and this happened just now here. I just had to pull the battery out. Yeah, pull the battery out, put it back in, it's fine. Everything goes off, it's fine. And it doesn't happen all the time. Yeah. It's kind of one of those, you know, I hope they fix in a firmware update. Yeah. Of course, there's some minor other issues, but, you know, it's nothing that really that I really, you know, have a problem with that they fix in a firmware update. There's some slight, the image stabilization, sometimes when you're going around a corner and it's trying to predict what your vibration or whatever is going to be, there can be a slight wobble. Well, I noticed that on my phone too, but it's more pronounced on my phone than it is on this thing. Even though my phone has optical stabilization and digital stabilization. Sometimes it doesn't happen very often on the GoPro, but it does happen. Not as bad as you saw it on my phone doing it, but that may be another thing they can fix in their firmware updates. But for something that only has electronic image stabilization, this thing is damn good. The camera I was looking at would replace my SX50, not necessarily in zoom range, but in overall quality and lower light, better lower light. Well, I was gonna actually buy the thing. Except I looked this morning, it's out of stock. I was like, well, there you go. After looking at a few things and thinking, I was like, maybe I'll wait until after CES, Consumer Electronics Show, to see what cameras for 2019 are looking at. It's got to shoot 4K, and it's got to have really good stabilization. Otherwise, I really don't care too badly about zoom, but it'd be nice to have something at least 10x zoom, but the stabilization and the quality's got to be high. But that one I looked at was had a lot of that and 24x optical zoom, which is not a lot compared to my 50x I have in my system, but it keeps it. That one that I was looking at would keep a f-stop of 2.6, which across the entire zoom range. My camera now, that SX50, has a 3.5 at zero optical or zero zoomed in. Then if you zoom into 50, it goes as high as 6.5, which is pretty. You lose a lot. Or you save up and you get one of these cameras that has a full frame sensor on it. It's pretty nice to have. Then you gotta worry. Then you gotta find lenses and other things. It can be its own bitch. Yeah, I said that.